The ring announcer bellowed. The entrance music played. Wrestlers made their way to the ring. The crowd would no longer be delayed. The bell rang out, starting the match, with Jessica against Keri Starr. Jessica made some attempts to grapple, but she didn't get very far. And as this match continued on, the announcers on TV supplied their insight and opinions to the match while sitting at ringside. Jessica looks a bit rusty in this early going. Don't you worry, JLJ, her confidence will be growing. She had a knee injury. That's not something you just shake off. Rothschild has the deck stacked too. Lenny nervously coughed. After a few arm drags from Keri, Jessica finally got a shot in. She stepped behind and rolled Keri up with a textbook schoolgirl pin. Keri kicked out at one, but Jess arm-dragged Keri back down, applying pressure to her arm and making Keri's confidence drown. The crowd cheered in response, and some chanted, "Welcome back!" as Keri Starr reeled from Jessica Valero's attack. This went on for a minute or two, Jessica with the upper hand. Soon Keri became frustrated and tagged in Lil Mac. "You just think you're grand! Bring it on, Supergirl! Can you catch the flash?" Jessica went to spear him in the corner. He moved, and then she crashed. Into the ring post her shoulder went, and she cried out in pain. She stood back up and got slapped in the face. "Woman, this ain't a game!" The next few minutes, Mac toyed with her, using speed to avoid her attacks. Then Jessica got hit with a drive-by kick, a signature of Lil Mac's. Mac tagged in BJ Bass and they began to double team. Focusing on Jessica's knee was the plan's overall scheme. 4 minutes they quick tagged and double teamed her while Joshua began to bark. The crowd began barking as well, hoping for a comeback to spark. There were a few times where Jessica came close to Joshua Slayter's hand, but the mass of BJ and the quickness of Mac continually thwarted her plan. But soon, Keri began to get jealous and told Lil Mac to tag her. Mac turned away and Keri Starr's fury was a blur. She came in the ring and began slapping Mac, who yelled at her angrily. This was just the distraction Jess needed to get out of the ring and free. The rabid canine jumping on the apron looked to dish it all out. She gathered her strength for one last lunge, and she let the big dog out. Lefts to Mac and rights to BJ as Joshua entered the ring. Keri charged him near the ropes as the momentum continued to swing. Joshua backdropped Keri to the outside and Keri was knocked out. He then hit Mac with a German suplex. "That's what it's all about! Oh!" He howled and the crowd echoed with more. But then he turned around and saw the hands of BJ close around his neck and lift up against his jaw. Josh was lifted high in the air and was meant to be brought back down, but he grabbed BJ's head and hit a DDT, turning it completely around. He pinned BJ aggressively, but Mac broke up the pin, though he quickly wished he hadn't, and wished he'd let Josh win. Joshua grabbed Mac's left leg without missing a beat, and Mac scrambled away from the grip in order to get free. But when he reached the middle of the ring, Josh turned him on his stomach, locking him in a step-over toehold. Mac's access to a rope break was cut. Joshua grabbed Mac's other leg and cranked it toward Mac's head. Mac tapped out and had no pride left, not one single shred. Jessica rolled, then hobbled into the ring and hugged Josh, celebrating the win. "The underdogs win way big tonight. Did we see something special begin?"